Imagine this. You've graduated senior high school, chose a course for college, did what you had to do for years, and now you finally graduated. School's finally over. Now, you need to look for a job. Ideally, this job of yours relates to your college degree or what you studied about, right? But what if it's not? What I'm trying to say is, what if you spent years in trying to become a doctor, but then later realized that you didn't want to be that anymore? You wanted to be a boxer instead, or an artist, or an entrepreneur. What would the people around you say? What would your friends say? What would your parents who paid for your tuition fees, your projects, etc. say? What a scary thought to think about, right? But what if going against the status quo, your so-called predetermined path, could actually be a good thing? To let you understand what I mean, let me share to you my story. I took up HRM back in college, and one of the reasons why I took up HRM is because, same as many people, many students, I didn't know what I wanted to become in the future. I wasn't sure of it. HRM seemed like a choice wherein after I graduate, I had a flexible option that I could choose from. But there were three main skills that I learned in HRM. First, how to make your clients feel special. It is what the hospitality industry is all about anyway. Second, mise en place. This is a French phrase which means to put everything in place. This is where chefs prepare the ingredients before cooking to be more effective and efficient with their time. And third thing, how to artistically plate food. After graduating college, we were in a financial rut, so I had to look for a job immediately. My first job, I was a banker. Yeah, well, HRM didn't seem the right fit for me, so I became a banker. 3 years as a marketing specialist and 2 years as a loan account officer. 3 skills I learned in the bank. First, how to handle finances. Second, how to make your clients feel special regardless of their social status. And third, how to present sales reports to my bosses. While working at the bank, my salary still wasn't enough. So I had to start 2 side hustles or 2 side businesses. First is I was doing thrifting. This is where you buy clothes in the thrift store and sell it online for a profit. Second, I was selling hair grooming products or pomades in my province. It came to a point wherein the income in my side hustles were almost at par with the income that I was earning in the bank. Considering that I work 8 to 10 hours in the bank and I only work on my side hustles for an average of 2 hours a day. Then I had a crazy idea. What if I take all the money that I saved up in the past 5 years and build a shop for my clothes and my pomades? So, I left the corporate world. I left the corporate world and started a business, which eventually became a barbershop. I thought this was it. I'm going to be rich. I mean, this is what they usually say, right? Leave the rat race, start a business. This is your key to success. But there was one thing that they forgot to tell me. They forgot to tell me that it's going to be very hard. Because in my first month of operating, I was earning 0 to 300 pesos every single day. I couldn't pay for my overhead expenses. I couldn't pay for my employee salary. I couldn't even pay for my own meals for the day. Eventually, I was faced with that reality that I made the wrong decision. I need to close my shop down. But before I do so, I looked at my barbers. They weren't doing anything. I mean, mainly because we didn't have clients, but they were still getting paid. So another crazy idea popped in my mind. I thought to myself, what if I ask them to teach me how to cut hair? That way, even if I need to close the shop down, go back in the bank, I could always cut hair in the weekends for extra money. So I did. I tried to learn how to cut hair. And surprisingly, I liked it. Actually, I loved it. To the point that I became obsessed with it. How obsessed? Well, my shop closes at 9 p.m. I would stay there until 2 a.m. every single day. Why? I was watching YouTube videos on how to become better at barbering. I was so obsessed that I bought the best tools that money can buy. Why? Because I didn't want to have any reasons for mediocrity. And I was so obsessed that I enrolled not just with one, but 2 UK-based barbering academies. And now, I'm a multi-awarded barber, I'm a barbershop owner, and I'm the first Filipino Southeast Asia barbering educator. Thank you. You see, I've never been an achiever. I've never won awards, medals, none of that. But why did I have such a flourishing career in barbering? What did I do differently? And then I realized it's because of HRM that first, I know how to make my clients feel special whenever they sit on my barber chair. Second, I practice mise en place even in barbering to make me more effective and efficient in my work. And third, whenever I style hair creatively, I was using the technicalities on how to plate food artistically. And not only that, because it's because of me working in the bank that first, I know how to handle my shop's finances. Second, I know how to build rapport with my clients regardless of their social status. And third, presenting sales reports to my bosses in the bank back then made me a better public speaker, or in this case, a barbering educator. When I became a barber, I've been told many times that I wasted my college diploma and my experiences at the bank. But they were wrong. Because I genuinely believe that through this unorthodox path of mine, I was able to attain these achievements. The secret? I stacked skills most people think wouldn't go together, also known as skill stacking. The more unique the combination of your skills are, the more impactful you become. So, if you already have a plan that's laid out for you from your school to your career, then that's great. At least you can have a laser focus on your goals. But if there's another endeavor that you're willing to try out, all I'm saying is to at least give it a chance. And when you do, do your best. And the most important thing, learn everything as much as you can. It might not be according to plan, but who knows? Who knows what you can accomplish or what you can be once you stack your own unique set of skills. Through this unorthodox path of mine, I also found my purpose. You see, when I was starting out, I was giving away free haircuts to practice. And then one day, there was this tall, skinny boy that walked in my shop, slouched and with a low volume in his voice. He told me, I'm here for the free haircut. And I asked him, what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you please make it louder? I'm here for the free haircut. Oh, you're here for the free haircut. Come, let's go. Sit on my chair. He sat in my barber chair and I did the haircut. During this time, I was used to cutting hair facing away from the mirror. This meant this boy had no idea what was going on with his hair the whole entire time. After the haircut, I faced him in the mirror. He stood up, looked in the mirror, and started checking his hair. While this was happening, I can see his face through the mirror's reflection, and I was standing there. I can see this boy trying to hide his smile. But eventually, while he was checking on his hair, it becomes a smirk. And eventually, into a full-blown smile. He faced me and said, "Thank you very much for the haircut, sir. I really love it." And then I told him, "Oh, you're very welcome. Let's do this again sometime." And then he left my shop. As this boy was leaving the shop, I saw something different in him. Because this time, he was standing taller and his voice was actually louder. You can feel the boost of self-confidence in this boy just because of a mere haircut. From then on, I realized that a haircut is not just a haircut. It is a boost of self-confidence in men. Because of this haircut, who knows? This boy might have talked to his longtime crush. This boy might have won his basketball game. With a boost of self-confidence, there are endless possibilities on what a man can do. The fulfillment that I felt during that time was like no other. This was the reason why I got obsessed with barbering. And from then on, I made it a mission to help uplift the barbering industry of the Philippines. Because imagine how life would look like if more people had a boost of self-confidence as they go about their lives. But if I wanted to uplift the entire barbering industry of the Philippines, I cannot just go in front of these people and preach. They will throw rocks at me and say things such as, "Who are you? What have you proven anyway? Why should we even listen to you?" This was the reason why I chose to study with 2 UK-based barbering academies. You see, in the first world countries, if you wanted to become a barber, you need to go up to a barber school for 2 years, pass the state exam, get a license, and only then can you cut hair commercially. Here in the Philippines, if you wanted to become a barber, you can just immediately become one. But even if I didn't have to do so, studying with 2 UK-based barbering academies, I chose to. Why? To equip myself with knowledge and be credible enough for these people to listen to. After that, I noticed there weren't enough barbering seminars in the country. And since I had barbering education, I thought of starting my own, and I did that. Through these seminars, I guess I was getting the attention of people even from other countries, because after a while, I was called upon to represent the Philippines, not just once, but twice in Southeast Asia barber battles. Mind you, I'm not in any way a battle barber. I'm not used to cutting hair in a short span of time. But I wanted to inspire other barbers. So even if I will probably humiliate myself, I chose to say yes. Why? Because I know for a fact that if nobody starts, nobody will follow. I won one of these competitions. And in the second one, if I win, I will be awarded a Barbering Educator contract for Southeast Asia. But in that second battle, I lost. I came home defeated. But after a couple of weeks, I received a mail. And when I opened this mail, I was surprised. It was a Barbering Educator contract. I thought this was a mistake, so I immediately called the organizers and said, "You might have my address mistaken with the winner. I did not win." And they replied, "No, Gum, We see what you are doing there in the Philippines and for the local barbering industry. We want you to become our first Filipino educator. Of course, I said yes. But here's the thing. I don't even know how to do public speaking. I've always been an introvert. It's just that since I agreed to becoming a barbering educator, I felt that I owe it to these people that I do my job properly. So I had to learn it. Again, by taking on this role, I know that I will inspire other barbers. If nobody starts, nobody will follow. At the end of the day, I did all of this just because I made that tall, skinny boy smile. And I felt a sense of fulfillment because of it. Being a barbering educator meant that I can have the same exact feeling, the same exact impact, but now in a much larger scale. The deeper I got into education, the deeper I got into public speaking. Let's do a quick recap. HRM student, banker, entrepreneur, barber, barbering educator, public speaker. It still sounds absurd, but through this path, I found my purpose. And that purpose is, first, to give people a boost of self-confidence, one haircut at a time. Second, to uplift the barbering industry of the Philippines. And third, to inspire other people positively along the way. Waking up every day feels so different when you know you have a purpose bigger than yourself. Now imagine this. You embrace who you are, accept every decision that you've made, and open yourself to everything that you're still capable of becoming. Imagine not having to fear if you made the right decisions or not, because down the line, you know you can stack all the skills that you learned along the way. Imagine finding your purpose, waking up every day to a more meaningful life. Imagine being successful one day, despite the uncertainties of an unorthodox path. And once you look back to try and connect the dots, you realize it all connects. Thank you.